At the start of the weekend, CAG dropped a patch that surprised many players, mainly because it allowed RSI Apollo owners to fly their long-awaited vessels. Alongside this patch, we also got further updates to the Onyx facilities alongside further polishing for the Volt LMG and medical gameplay. With that being said, I'd expect to see a release candidate drop hit the PTU within a couple days or hopefully before the end of the week. Now, I do know that CAG does have a couple things that they still have to iron out, mainly things with the Apollo and possibly the implementation of the Dr. Jorrit boss fight. So CAG does have some work cut out for them for the next coming days. Other than that, it's FC here, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to my channel. I'd like to welcome everyone back for another episode of Squawk Tawk. Today's episode of Squawk Talk is sponsored by EMEET, an industry-leading webcam company that is now focusing on AI-powered web cameras that can film at a cinematic 4K 30 or an action-packed 1080 60. Right now, EMEET is having a sale over on their website where you can get some of their products up to 40% off while supplies last. And as always, I really do appreciate everyone who interacts with all of my affiliated links. It really does help my channel grow. The RSI Apollo has entered the fray, and with it, a lot of flight time. Over this weekend, I have been doing nothing but flying this ship. I even tried helping some other players out who set medical beacons within the PTU just to see if I'm actually able to do some type of medical gameplay in the current build. Sadly, it did not work as well as planned, mainly because the beacons are still bugged and they would not direct me to the proper location sometimes, or they would just vanish. But as you can see from the wear and tear on my Apollo, you can tell that I've been doing nothing but flying it. Also, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but for some reason at the Onyx facilities, whenever I die there, I have been respawning back on the Apollo. I thought for sure that CIG had said that we are not allowed to respawn within the hangars at the Onyx facilities for various reasons, but for some reason with the Apollo using the tier 1 medical bed, I always seem to respawn no matter where I'm at, even at the Onyx facilities, back on the ship, even though it's in the hangar. Now, in all honesty, I've really been enjoying the RSI Apollo. It's pretty much done everything that I wanted to do and more. 1, the ship looks amazing. 2, sounds really good. 3, the captain crew quarters, the frontal part of the vessel. I believe that space is really well designed so you can properly utilize it for what you need it to do. And then even the rear, which I believe isn't properly utilized because there's so much free space in the back, I believe that is nice as well. Now, I've been telling myself that I do believe CAG is probably going to do what they usually do for majority of the vessels in the ship, and that is make different versions of it. I honestly believe that they are probably going to make maybe like a luxury version, kind of like the Constellation Phoenix. Maybe we'll get like an Apollo Phoenix in the future. I would really like having a luxurious medical ship, if you will, have all those luxurious amenities plus a medical bed on the side, just so while you're out there in the verse doing what you got to do, you are well protected and safe in case you get hurt. That would be cool. They could also utilize this chassis of the ship as well for many other things. They can use that bottom door that's supposed to be for the drone turrets for an actual cargo bay lift, if you will, so they can fill the entire rear end of the ship with cargo, vehicles, whatnot, or maybe use that area for salvaging or, other type of things as well. We don't know. CAG do what CAG do, but for the most part, I am enjoying the Apollo. It's nice. I like it. It's going to become my new daily. I'm going to put the Anvil Terrapin aside whenever I want to fly medical ship and fly this instead, just because I like it that much. Over this past week, CAG has been implementing a whole lot of changes to Star Citizen 4.3.1. The player base fired back at CAG due to the way how they implemented the med gel packs into the PTU. People were not happy, they were overpriced and didn't do much at all. The cost and effect was literally not worth it. So CAG responded by adjusting how the med beds will work and consume the med gel from the canisters. Now CAG is trying to mediate for all the backlash that they have received. What they have done is they have now made the Medi gel packs and the med beds work more efficiently together. So if you get hurt, it no longer takes med gel per tier injury. It's now just your entire body. If you have multiple tier injuries, it'll now fix it all up for a set price. So you don't have to worry about expending an entire canister if you have like 3 or 4 tier injuries. So that's cool. Respawning still costs the same 100 CSCU, so keep that in mind if you're out there and you're dying a lot. But they also did boost the amount of med gel each medical bed can use. For example, tier 3 used to be 1 canister, now it is 2 canisters, so you're able to be out there in the field a hell of a lot longer, just in case you need a little bit of extra health in the background in case you get injured or go down. CIG also changed the way how ship ballistics work. They changed it so well that they actually had to nerf it down a little bit, because if they would have kept the current build how it would have made the Wolf literally the meta ship, because ballistics was tearing everything apart. Now they set it back just a little bit where it is more manageable and usable, which will make it more on a level playing field versus the laser cannons that are out there in the verse. The Hyperion mission has been further updated. We are now pretty much able to go through the entire mission and complete it and gain the rewards that it has to offer. Beforehand, the mission was not fully complete and there was a blocker once you reach the Vandal Blade. We are now able to continue the mission on the Site B and run through the Science Wing in order to complete the Hyperion mission so we can claim our rewards. Now, I honestly believe that one of the rooms during this mission is supposed to be used for the boss fight against Dr. Jorrit. It's just feels like it. This room has crazy atmosphere that feels like it's perfect for a boss fight. It's big, huge, and quiet for the most part. There are 1 or 2 NPCs that spawns in once you get close to a certain door, and it just fits the script. So maybe CIG is just withholding the boss fight till the build goes live so people don't spoil the actual boss fight for people who only want to play on the live build. Also, one of the really cool things about the Hyperion mission is that your choice for once actually matters throughout the mission. So depending on what you decide to pick, if you decide to pick this pylon versus that pylon for activation, or depending on which research you decide to pick or go with, or just pick them all in general, it will give you a different outcome at the end of the mission, and it'll also deliver you different rewards as well. Currently in the PTU, there are 3 separate rewards that you're able to gain, but reading on Spectrum, there is supposed to be 9 separate rewards. So maybe after the whole entire boss fight with Dr. Jorrit is introduced, maybe they will add these extra rewards that are missing from the current build of the PTU. Only time will tell, because, you know, CIG do what CIG do. Now, the rewards from the Hyperion mission are, of course, going to be used for Wicklow. Luckily, there's no real RNG. You just go there and see what he requires. You take the items there and he gives you exactly what he offers. So, you know, cool set of armor and then a cool gun with the cool skin. No guarantee that it's going to have any other type of stats, since every other piece of armor doesn't have any different stats that he offers. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't take long to grind out all the resources you need, mainly because it's very easy to actually identify how to get which resources you need during the Hyperion mission. So don't fret. You only got to do the mission about 15 times. I've got it down now to a T where I can run the mission in a half an hour. So, you know, in about 3 to 4 hours of gameplay, I'll probably have enough resources in order to make my way over to Wicklow and collect the armor that I want to collect. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is today's episode of Squawk Talk. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. There has been a lot going on with CIG and the development of 4.3.1. I just can't wait for it to actually hit the live build. There's going to be a lot happening. Everyone's going to be rushing to these Onyx facilities to try getting all the beautiful new loot to fight Dr. Jorrit. If it actually comes out in this patch, since this is pretty much going to be the medical patch, we now know that the flagship vehicle for the patch is going to be, you know, obviously the Apollo. There's going to be a ship sale, of course, and then there's going to be a patch bundle, which is probably going to host that the medical version of the Morozov outfit. But yeah, again, wait to see what happens. It should be dropping here soon. There's no official date right now. I'm still waiting to see a release candidate hit the PTU, but so far it's not actually on the patch list yet. So again, we gotta wait. It may be a couple days, it may be a week, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out today's video. Really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Please slap that like button because it really does help the biggest bird in the verse grow. But yeah, FC here, aka Fried Chicken, Big Bird out.